Hi, this is Sharon at Dating Again and LovingAgainCoach.com. This is a class I recently taught on different ways to put yourself out there, but mostly putting together your online profile for the best results. So let's go.
Okay, let's talk about some different ways of putting yourself out there besides online dating. We're going to get to that. I've called this one activities. So, person to person is my favorite way to meet somebody because you can see right away who they are. Online dating, people wear hats, they close their mouths when they smile. You can see exactly who a person is, and you get that personal connection, just person to person. I've listed some. I live in Utah where there are so many activities for singles, divorced singles, widowed singles, people who are dating again. And so I'm really fortunate. There's dances, people throw game nights, there's potlucks, there's parties, things that I've listed. And it's just a really great way to connect with people person to person. So if you have meetup groups in your area and maybe there's a hiking group or a tennis club or whatever you can find to meet people person to person, that's my preferred way. It's not everybody's preferred way, but I'm a people person, so I do like that. Churches put on events a lot of times for singles. So, check out your church as far as, potlucks, picnics, parties, things like that. I think that is a great way to go. All right, networking. Networking is another way to meet people if you are open to being set up on blind dates. This is where you let your family and your friends and your coworkers know that you are looking to get set up. And hopefully they know you well enough, they know your interests, that they would find somebody who is a good match or at least had some things in common. Let them know that. Don't just set you up with random people. I also have listed places of interest because this is the best. This is your uh, tennis club, your horseback riding club, golfing, whatever your interests are, wherever you spend your spare time, you let the people there know that you are looking. Give them enough background details on you that if they hear about somebody who has a lot in common with you, that they would be like, we need to introduce you to this fantastic person. So, um, places of interest, that's my favorite because automatically have interests in common. My ex-sister-in-law, my brother's ex-wife, met her husband working at Boeing teaching aerobics and happened to mention to a coworker that she liked dance in general and ballroom and she knew the East Coast swing. Well, the coworker set her up with a guy who knew the West Coast swing. They got together to teach each other their dance and they ended up married. So networking is a fantastic way to meet people. All right, let's move along to online dating. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is how to practice safety. Okay, first thing, never give out any personal information, not your social security number, not your banking information, no monthly income, no passwords, no nothing, no personal information. This does not need to happen until like we're getting married. So if somebody's asking you for those things, just for whatever reason, it's not necessary. Banking information, if somebody's trying to use your banking information to say, send you money so you could go see them, no. They can do Venmo. Your monthly income, if you're doing fine, that's all you ever need to say is, I'm doing fine. Financially, I'm doing fine. So we don't give out personal information. You would be surprised how easily scammers can get this out of you. And so just have it in the front of your brain at all times not to give out any of this information. Okay, never loan anybody money or transfer money for someone else. So I say just leave money out of dating altogether. If someone needs a loan to make their rent, that's kind of their problem, and maybe they shouldn't be dating and spending money on you. um, Transferring money for someone, if somebody's depositing money in your bank account which you're not giving out banking information anyways. But if somebody's trying to do this, transfer money into your banking account so that you can transfer it somewhere else, that's money laundering and that's a felony, and you don't want to get involved in that at all. Okay, always meet up at a central location around other people. Like I said, this is practicing safety because you don't know who these people are. And it's always a good rule of thumb to let someone know where you are. And if the date's going really well and you're going from one location to another, maybe shoot that someone another text and tell them where you're at. Okay, do not give out your last name. This does not need to happen until you're well into dating. You would be surprised what scammers can do with your first and your last name. And do not post pictures of your children. I don't care how cute they are. I don't care if that's the best picture of you in the middle of your kids. Do not post pictures of your children. There are pedophiles out there who will target you just for your children. So just leave the kids out of it. Okay, getting started. We're going to talk about setting up a profile. We're going to talk about chatting. We're going to talk about talking on the phone and why that's important. And then hopefully you are going to set up a date. Okay, setting up your profile, describing yourself. So let's say you are on Match.com and it says, tell us about yourself. Okay, how many people have seen a paragraph like this? This is very common. I am fun, loving, smart, energetic, loyal, adventurous. I'm always game to learn new things. I love a long walk in the park or a car ride up the canyon. Doesn't this person sound awesome? I just described my dog. Okay, so we want to do a better profile than Sadie. Okay, let's talk about the don'ts first. Okay, don't state the obvious. I love to laugh. I love to have fun. Because you know what? We all do. Maybe state what you like to do for fun instead. Okay, especially if there's limited words, you don't need to state the obvious. I don't like drama, or I don't like to play games. Yeah, we all pretty much are in the same boat. You don't need to state it. Okay, do not be negative and tell your problems. Do not mention that you're a little chubby because you have a low thyroid, but your doctor's working on it. Okay, nobody needs to know that you are a year behind in your child support or that your ex is behind in your child support. Do not be negative or tell your problems. Do not say you've been hurt over and over and over again. Nobody needs to know that until you are in a relationship, until you have met somebody in person. You can talk things out that way. Okay, do not use false details about yourself. I have a guy friend who calls it false advertising. I love that. Okay, filters. You can just put yourself on there. You don't need to filter your pictures, especially Snapchat, pet peeve. But just put yourself on there. Do not exaggerate your height. It's a lie, pretty much. I can tell you there's nothing more disappointing in thinking I'm meeting somebody who's 5'10" and he's 5'8", because I'm 5'7". So don't exaggerate your height, your weight. Come on, if you're big and beautiful, man, embrace that and have confidence in that. Don't say you're average sized. Or your hobbies. For example, I love the mountains, but I do not want to spend the night there. But I also know that men, a lot of men, like camping. I could say I like camping to attract a man, but I would not. That would be using false details about my hobbies. So if you have hobbies and interests that are different, especially if someone's really cute, do not lie or use false details to catch a person. It's just not fair. Okay, don't state what you were not looking for. Men, I've seen a lot of profiles where it's like, women, ladies, if you have short hair, pass me by. Okay, we don't want to state what we're not looking for. One of my guy friends said a lady had put on her profile, if you wear a pocket protector or your cell phone on your belt, just, swipe past. So we do not want to be negative in this way because it's hard enough to put yourself out there. We've all been injured. So let's not make it harder by saying what we don't want. Okay, do not exaggerate your career or religious status. If you are on a website or a dating site for Christians and you are not a Christian, do not say you are a Christian. Or if you are a Christian and haven't been to church your whole life, maybe don't say that you love going to church. Okay, religious status. Your career. If you are a handyman, do not say you are a general contractor. Yep, I dated him. Okay, do not exaggerate your career. Especially if you're unemployed, do not say you're an entrepreneur or you're self-employed. Just say that you're unemployed or you're between jobs. Okay, and nobody needs to hear your life story in your profile. You don't need to talk about your entire life. Leave details for getting to know somebody so that you have things to talk about. So it's not like he's talking and you're saying, or you're talking and he's saying, yeah, I read that in your profile. Yep, I read that in your profile. You want to be able to talk about things that aren't in your profile. So just don't barf it out. Nobody's going to read through that, especially men. Men don't want to read through volumes. Very few do. Okay, let's talk about some do's. Okay, we're always going to be honest. Okay, be creative. You don't have to put paragraph after paragraph after paragraph about yourself. You can put very few details. I have done a list, the top 10 things about me, and listed, I put in no particular order and listed 10 things about me. Okay, really easy, just 10 fun facts about me. I've also done my likes and my dislikes. I've listed the things I like, and because we don't want to be negative, my dislikes would be I hate traffic and red meat. I hate sushi and mean people. So we're not going to be super negative. We're going to be humorous in our dislikes. But be creative with it. If you want to do bullet points, you can just do whatever. But you don't have to just do the paragraph. Okay, be positive and happy. Hopefully, you are so positive and happy it is jumping off the page. You write about things you're happy about and you be positive the entire time. Okay, use humor. Especially if you kind of pride yourself on being a humorous person, everybody loves to laugh. And so use humor. If somebody's smiling while reading your profile, it's the best thing ever. Okay, keep it simple to promote questions. This goes along with do not barf out your whole life story. Keep things simple. Okay, I grew up in California, but I now live in Utah. Okay, I could say the town and the street I grew up on, but I'm not going to because you know what? California is huge, so someone can ask, where in California are you from? Okay, so the simpler it is, the more questions people can ask. Okay, or this is my favorite. If you're talking about your interests, ask a question. So maybe somebody who's interested in the same thing will have a reason to message you and answer it. Ask a question. So I really like road trips. So I can say, I love a great road trip. I love a scenic road trip, whatever kind of road trip I'm going to describe. And then I can say, what's your favorite road trip snack? So somebody else who likes road trips would be like, oh my gosh, I totally like road trips too. I always take along red vines and M&Ms and a Pepsi. So ask a question so somebody can answer it. It's a great way to start up a conversation or to get somebody to message you. Okay, we're going to talk pictures. Okay, men, I don't care how sexy or how muscly or how great you think you look at the gym. If you post a gym selfie, we will make fun of you. Okay, all women joke about the gym selfie. Unless we are a gym rat, we will joke about the gym selfie. So just don't. Okay, girls, duck face, guys hate it. Every guy I've ever met has said, why do girls do that? Just don't do duck face. They will make fun of you. It's a turnoff. Okay, girls, do not. Snapchat filters, not necessary. Guys don't want to see you as a teddy bear or a bunny. Also, groups of girls, if I'm promoting myself, I don't want to put my hot friends in the picture. I don't want some guy going, well, yeah, you're cute, but who's that cute blonde chick? So do not do groups of you and your single girlfriends. Also, guys have complained about the girls that take the selfies from way high, so all you see is their face and cleavage. maybe if you have fantastic cleavage, maybe save that for the first date and they can be surprised. Also, if it's from the waist up or the boobs up, a lot of guys just think you're heavier than you're trying to look. So just be aware of that. Okay, guys, don't. Okay, guys, the pictures in the bathroom with your shirt off is a turn off. If you have your shirt off, hopefully you're going to be on the beach playing volleyball or at a pool party, but do not do this in the bathroom mirror. If you need pictures of yourself, have somebody take them, your children, your sister, whoever else. The bathroom picture is old, it's worn out, it's almost narcissistic, and it's boring. It shows no personality at all. And then on to the fish. Congratulations, you've caught 5 fish. But this picture does not have you in it. If you're going to post pictures of dead animals, make sure at least you are in the picture. And FYI, most likely you're only going to attract women who like dead animals. Um, so just keep that in mind with your dead animal pictures. Also, we love scenery and your dog and your motorcycle. You're wasting pictures by posting those. You're wasting pictures that could show your personality or who you are. A couple other pet peeves I've heard from men is that men don't smile in their pictures. And we just think you don't like your teeth. Maybe you're missing teeth or your teeth are janky. And also sunglasses in the house. Obviously, you don't need sunglasses in the house, so we're just thinking, what's up with that? All right, let's talk do's. Post pictures of doing what you love. This is hiking, this is biking, this is water sports or motorcycle riding. And even if it's fishing, maybe put you with a rod and reel, not the dead animal. But post pictures of doing what you love. This is the way you are representing yourself. This makes you fun. This makes you interesting. So things that you love. Okay, make sure, again, you are in all your pictures. Ladies, we don't need to see a cute picture of your cats or your interior decorating skills. Men, like we said, your dog, your motorcycle, no scenery pics. Make sure you are in the pictures. Okay, post full body pics. There don't need to be any surprises. Just do it, embrace who you are, and post full body pictures. Post current pictures. Okay, men, I'm sure you were darling as a little boy or a frat boy or whatever that is. And ladies, your senior pictures are magnificent, but nobody needs to see those. So again, you're wasting pictures of who you are. If you used to be brunette, but now you're gray, you better put some pictures of yourself gray or color your hair before you go out on a date because this would be a lie. Okay, show personality in your pictures. If you're a goofball, make sure there's some pictures of you being a goofball. If you are really smart, show your smart side. Show pictures of you doing, like I said, fun and interesting things, high-fiving a celebrity, but show your personality in your pictures and represent what you are looking for. Um, I'm on a dating page on Facebook, and this girl introduced herself, and she was sprawled upside down on a bed with lots of cleavage showing. And I thought, well, I hope you're looking for a booty call, not a serious relationship, because you can't put yourself out there looking for a booty call and get a serious relationship. So represent what you are looking for. If you are on a Christian site, don't put yourself half naked. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure you represent yourself and what you were looking for in your pictures. Okay, here are some good pictures to show some do's. First of all, full body shot, um, doing things that I love, and showing some personality, hanging off the rock wall, I'm goofing off. Um, and the snowshoeing picture, if I could caption it at all, I would probably say the one and only thing I like to do in the snow. Okay, let's talk chatting. So most of us know that chatting is through the dating sites messenger system, and this is how you reach out to a person. I think this is the introvert's preferred way of meeting people and getting to know people because it's not person to person and they would have an easier time chatting. I call this the preliminary interview. So let's talk about some do's and don'ts. Okay, you want to keep it light and humorous. Okay, there doesn't need to be anything dark or anything heavy. And I'm going to use some guy that I don't even remember his name as an example. I opened up my chat to a message from him that was just fun random facts. He told me he liked cartoons like a 6-year-old boy, that he sings in the shower, he still likes candy corn, just some funny random things. So keep it light and humorous and even clever. Okay, flirt. So there's some things we can't do that we do in person that we can't do online. You cannot have eye contact and you cannot break the touch barrier, but you can be funny and you can um, give compliments. And so make sure that it is flirty and fun. Okay, ask questions. Make sure that you've read the profile and that you can ask questions about the person based on the profile. This shows more interest than just weird random questions. Okay, let's talk some don'ts. Don't get too personal. Maybe you don't need to know why this person's divorced right off, or maybe why they're widowed, what happened to their spouse. Don't ask questions about sex. I've had people open up with that. You know, how do you feel about it? My ex didn't like it. So just don't get too personal yet. There's some stuff that just should be talked about in person. Okay, don't be negative. Don't bash your ex. Be negative about your custody agreement, things around your divorce, or just negative in general. I mean, negativity is kind of a turnoff. So just watch the negativity. And don't expect the other person to do all the talking. If you are going to reach out, I'm going to tell you that you should be the conversation starter and the conversation keep it goer, which isn't a word, I know. Anyways, before you reach out, make sure you have some questions to ask and maybe some fun facts about yourself so that you can keep the conversation going yourself. Okay, talking on the phone. Now, I know a lot of people are not phone talkers, especially in our world of text, but I think this is an important step in the whole process. See if you can have a conversation. It's just as easy as that. It's like, can this conversation go back and forth? Because this is going to say something about compatibility. And even if this person isn't a phone talker, eventually they would be. But also, I've saved some men a lot of money in first dates because you can get a better feel for who somebody is on the phone. One guy said he liked dancing, which was yay for me because I like dancing. But he also told me he took dance lessons with this girl who just wouldn't shut up. He's like, I wanted to hear the guy talking, and even though we'd already known the dance and everything, she just wouldn't shut up. It's like most women just don't shut up. Well, we women do use more words than you men, but it was the way he said it, the tone of his voice, that I could tell that he really just probably had a bad experience with the ex and wasn't really a fan of women right now. Why he was out trying to date, I don't know. So you can tell a lot about a person by talking on the phone. Plus, it's another compatibility thing, like I said. You can tell if you're compatible by the conversation. And you can tell a lot if somebody just talks about themselves the entire time and doesn't ask questions about you. You can tell that before a first date. So I say talk on the phone because you're probably saving yourself money or you're probably saving the other person a lot of money. Okay, then plan a date. Let's say you have a great time on the phone. Plan a date. One of you needs to say, hey, let's continue this over dinner. Or when can we meet up? You sound like you're the greatest. So hopefully you get to the point where you're planning a date. All right, thank you so much for watching. You can find me at Dating Again on Facebook and Dating Again on Instagram and lovingagaincoach.com is my website. You can set up an appointment and I will actually help you set up your online dating profile. And of course, if you've liked this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much.